All right, I'm back at the secret spot today. Today the goal is to run as much dirt as I can in 4 hours. And then tomorrow morning, another 4 hours. Gonna see how much gold I can get in an 8-hour day, work day. The plan is just to use the new sluice box, check every time I clean it out, just to make sure that I'm getting something, and then just run as much dirt as possible. We'll see how it goes. Okay, a little update, everyone. So I'm not as optimistic about this new sluice as I was before. Got it sort of set up. Pretty much had to bury it underwater, under that rock, because having a foldable sluice isn't necessarily a feature, because this one tries to fold up in the water, and the only way to keep it from doing that is to just bury it. Luckily, I wanted to run this dirt hot anyway. I wanted to go through fast because I don't care if I lose a little bit of flour gold. I don't want to be cleaning out this thing every 5 minutes. So yeah, we'll see. I got 8 hours to use it. Maybe I'll change my mind. Maybe I'll get used to it. But so far, it's garbage, and I'm going to return it. I'm glad I drove 100 miles to find out my sluice is a piece of trash. The good news is I found a nice little spot right here. The water's come down even since the last time I was here. So behind this boulder, there's all this gravel. So I'm gonna try this first, try to get right behind the boulder as much as I can. And after I clean out the sluice, we'll look at a test pan. Okay, I had to move it. This is a much better spot. Hopefully, it's gonna work. Even if it does, it's just such a pain in the ass to set up compared to other sluices that I've used. But I don't know, maybe I'll get used to it. We'll see. But good news is there's a big boulder that I was behind, but just right next to it, there's just a whole bunch of sand where the creek is slowed down. So I've got a spot just within shovel distance of the sluice, so it'll make it easier, at least for now. All right, now it's starting to rain and storm. Not my day so far. Luckily I brought a rain jacket, so we'll see how bad of a storm it is. All right, I've got about 3 buckets of material. Run through that sluice. Let's clean it out, see if this spot's worth a damn. Okay guys, I'm gonna call it for today. That bucket, or that, the lens is fogging up. Oh, it's the reflection. There's just a little bit of black sand, which is really crazy for this area. Usually there's a lot more, and just a little bit of flour gold. Not at all what I was hoping or expecting. So a couple of things that I think may be a possibility is that all that nice gravel that was so easy to dig might have been just somebody else's tailings. Or, you know, I doubt this, but I just don't trust that sluice box. I'm not willing to put in 8 hours of work with a piece of equipment that I don't like and don't trust. So I think I'm going to head up to my family's property. I had a couple sluice boxes. I think between the two of them, I might be able to make one that works, hopefully. If not, my brother has a sluice box that I know works. Unfortunately, that's, you know, an hour away farther from home. But I can head up there. Hopefully the storm passes and come back in the morning. Hopefully have a better day. Good morning. I'm back here after a kind of a crappy day yesterday. Ran up to the Republic area and grabbed my sluice fox. Got it set up. Had a good night's sleep and now got an early start. Gonna try to work for about 8 hours and see how much gold we get. Okay, got the sluice set up. Let's run some dirt through it and see how it goes. So the sluice fox is working way better than the Amazon/Temu cheapo sluice box. It took about 2 minutes to get set up as opposed to 40 minutes yesterday with that piece of junk. I've decided that I don't like the little bucket end for putting your screen on. It doesn't really speed anything up. You might as well just concentrate everything out, like classify everything out with a bucket and a screen. It just kind of gets in the way of the water flow. It sounded like a good idea on paper, but I'm just going to run it through normal. I'm not going to classify it. And then before I go to run it through the gold cube, I'll classify it then. It'll be much easier. I'll let the sluice box do most of the work. But it's clearing nicely. I haven't put any new material in it in a few minutes, and it's slowly getting rid of all the light material. It's emptying, so 1,000% better than yesterday. So hopefully it'll be a good day. Something important to keep in mind if you use the sluice fox is it's modular, so you can buy different pieces and parts and they snap together, but it creates this little groove, and when you're cleaning it out you always want to check it. There's actually a little piece of gold right there, a flake, so be sure to always check that when you're cleaning it out, because a lot of stuff does settle in that groove. All right, so here's my biggest gripe about the sluice fox is this little cover over the miner's moss. There's a little tab here, and it's just a real pain in the ass to get off. Like, the best way to do it is just use, I can't do it one-handed, but use a screwdriver. I didn't bring a screwdriver, but I use my keys. And then if you push on this, it will pop in eventually and stay. It doesn't pop all the way out, but it'll stay enough that you can pull from this side and it'll come loose. And then you'd think you could just then pull it out, but you can't. You have to go to this side, do the same thing. It's just a real pain in the butt, and you can see these wear marks, and that's from flexing this, because it is wider than this. Like, there's no way to get this out of here and in there without flexing this plastic, and eventually it breaks just like this. I mean, I might have been pissed off and pulled this one out, but realistically with these wear marks, eventually you can see right on that seam, it's gonna break just from normal use. So there has to be a better way to do this, to engineer it. But overall, for the price point, I'm gonna do a review of these, so I won't go too far into it, but they're pretty inexpensive. I found if you go to walmart.com, you can buy the individual pieces instead of buying a kit, and it's cheaper. At least it was when I bought this one. So you can get one section, so the mouth, and one of these sections, I think for about $40-50. So I bought another one of these, so I had a longer sluice, because it's not very wide, but I do like it because it is deep, so it does create a nice channel. And if you're in smaller creeks, it's nice because you can, because it has a smaller channel, you can make it work with lower water pressure. Speaking of, I was not hulking this one, I was just pushing with the end of my rock hammer into that tab and pulling from this side, and this snapped. Yeah. So, I mean, this is a perfectly good sluice box, but this one part of it just, you know, makes it not a good sluice box. Like, it's so ridiculous. And it takes so much time too. Like, literally, this isn't a very big sluice box. It shouldn't take me very long to clean it out. It's taking forever because I'm dinking around with this thing. Okay guys, so this is a test pan. Nice size flake in there. Probably could pick it up. A pair of tweezers, I'm sure I could. There's also flour gold in there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Yeah, with that second bracket breaking on the sluice box, I'm not gonna, what I could do is put, just use the working brackets that I have. Together and make just one section. But then I literally spend 15 minutes trying to get that thing off there and not break it. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm already pissed off. I'm not having fun anymore because of these crappy sluice boxes. So I'm just gonna use my screen, classify a couple buckets of material, and then cut my losses on this trip. I'll run them through the gold cube tomorrow probably. This seems like a decent spot. Got some nice boulders on the side of the creek here that haven't been worked. I have that crust of vegetation that I'm digging through, so I know nobody's been doing this spot. It's a shame that I can't spend all day here, but I don't have enough buckets to classify all day, and I'm not gonna keep dinking around with this. I'm just gonna buy a decent sluice box next week. If you guys have any suggestions on a good sluice box, preferably one that doesn't cost $600-700. I mean, I have one I want, but it's almost $700, so not quite there yet with the gold panning budget, but I'm getting annoyed enough, maybe I will be there. All right guys, thanks for watching. Hey guys, I'm cleaning up the little bit of material I got from the weekend. Didn't get much because of all the issues with the sluice boxes, but I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but right there's a little piece, right there's a little piece, and then there's flour gold in there too. I'm just gonna dump it in the blue bowl bucket. I might grab those two little pieces, but not a lot. It was kind of a bust of, or definitely was a bust of weekend, but just need to bite the bullet and get a good sluice box. But thanks for watching guys, and please like and subscribe.